Okay, welcome back. Here's the agenda for tonight's session. I'll do a quick overview of last week's meeting, introduce this week's topics, talk about the contest sign up and payment, talk about business plan submissions and reviews. Bill will share more information on leveraging the Strive On app for votes. We'll talk about connecting your customers to your plan, talk about identifying and leveraging influencers. We'll answer any final questions that we can, and we'll do a bit of a reminder for the the November awards dinner and session. So let's go ahead and start with an overview of what we covered last week. I covered the topics we covered from the previous week. I emphasized the real goal is to create a culture of collaboration and the value of leveraging the influencers. I used the center as the example of using the information you documented about your value propositions for your customer segments and reviewed how we're using that information to tell our story. Our story is working with the small businesses others keep missing and overlooking. I took a few minutes to talk about specific gains some of our small businesses have achieved in the process: access to a line of credit, creating new collaborations, and finding needed business resources. Then I asked you to share your stories of how you've been able to make this opportunity work for yourselves. I told you that my ask is for you to share how we can make this better for next year and the year after. I emphasized that Mayor Mueller stepped up and supported this year and the next 2 years because he sees how important it is to support your businesses and this effort to focus on those of us who keep getting underrepresented. With that, I turn things over to Sam Centeas to tell us about CDFI Friendly South Bend. You can jump to 14 minutes into the recording to hear Sam. Then our Go Deeper drawing winner was Amy, who told us about herself and her runner coaching business. You can catch Amy at about 21 minutes and 44 seconds into that recording. Bill joined in at that point, 25.11 seconds into the recording, and shared updates on the Strive On app to reflect how it'll look and how you'll be able to get people to vote for you and how you can use the app to promote your business. After Bill, I jumped back in and talked about using the app to promote your business for free, even if you're not entering the competition. I repeated, the goal is to get very small businesses in our community to get the support needed to grow. I talked about plans being submitted by November 1st to allow more time for you to tell your stories and share them in the community. And I talked about how the scoring is going to be done. So that's the recap. I closed out announcing we'll have a party to celebrate the winners and having done 1 year of the competition. Save the date, November 8th. I encourage you to invite your own mentors, coaches, and supporters to join us, as well as the influencers that have come out. We'll want to improve the process. Few of you expressed to me that I'm looking exhausted and burned out, and I thank you for your concern. I'm fine, but yes, I really am tired, but it's a good tired. I told you I was going to have lunch with Mike Morris, and I did. It was a great lunch, and we agreed to enhance our collaboration even further. Speaking of collaborations, Kathy Burnett is our Go Deeper gift card winner this week. Kathy, the floor is yours.
Hi, I'm Kathy M. Burnett, founder of Brain Lair Books, an independent bookstore in South Bend, Indiana. Our primary mission is to develop empathy and build community centered around the discussion of inclusive books. We actively seek to purchase and promote authors and vendors from traditionally marginalized communities with an emphasis on Black, Indigenous, Asian, Latinx, and other Black and Brown authors, as well as authors who identify as LGBTQ, and authors associated with disabled communities. Ideally, we bring light to diverse authors at the intersection of all of these identities. We highlight books by diverse authors to show the broader spectrum of perspectives in literature. We emphasize fiction as research shows stories connect us. Brainler Books and other independent bookstores seek to bring light by partnering with librarian and teacher educators in our communities to bring diverse authors to local schools. We provide books that reflect both windows and mirrors to light the way so students can visualize their place in local and global societies. Bookstores also bring light to our broader community, those with and without students in local schools, who are interested in not only reading diverse books, but want to connect with diverse authors and discuss their books, especially looking at the implications these books have for our local community. Bookstores have the opportunity to work with schools using professional research to light a path for educators to incorporate diverse voices in their lessons. We also collaborate with educators to bring light by hosting literacy workshops, reading roundtable discussions, and fun literary interactions for families. We use our social media presence to shed light on diverse authors whose books we are reading and to lead and engage in conversations with those authors and the global community. Brainler Books also bring light to issues facing our communities, such as voting rights, abortion bans, dismantling of public education, lack of medical access, and more. We encourage our followers to list titles they deem important and to engage in conversations to bring a light to many corners of the world. Learners and teachers can be lights for each other by reading and recommending resources that support activism, restorative justice, as well as rest. We can engage each other in civil discourse to challenge and support our teaching practices and how we show up for our students. We can be each other's light by remembering that we are all human. Thanks.
Thank you, Kathy. That was fantastic. Bill, you're up, my friend.
So let's back up. So here we are on the home screen, right? So the way it'll work is you'll find whichever whichever business you want to or plan you want to vote for. Hopefully people are looking at them, right? And they're seeing all the information and so on and so forth. And then what they'll do is they'll say, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and vote. And so I just tap that explore button and I just tap answer now. And they can vote for as many businesses as they want. Each business will have this kind of a setup. They'll have this kind of a, call it a ballot or a form on it. And when I tap, if I agree with these statements, right? So I would support this business. Yes, I tap it. Boom, the check mark appears. This business is needed in the community. Yes. The business has a good story. Yes, I agree with that. Easy to understand, so people can select whatever ones they want here. And then when they're done, they just tap submit. And there you go. Thanks, your answer has been submitted. So then they can back out here. They go back to their home screen and they can go to another one. This one isn't set up yet. That's a different thing. It's not a ballot, but we were working on some things. Nobody else is set up. It's just that example. So this just shows, basically, it just gives you a location. This is the center of South Bend for that one. But anyway, the point is that everybody will have their own ballot, just like this, just like this sample is. And it's just a couple of taps and they can vote. The one thing they should all be aware of is in order to get to that deep of a level, in order to actually cast a vote, that we do have a requirement on the system that they be a user. So they have to have created an account on the Strive On app, a user profile. Otherwise they can't vote. And it's very simple. It's not a big thing. It's just email address and password. It's all it takes to create an account on here. Any questions so far? So the one thing that, we've been talking about is how to promote the vote. And I don't have this documentation done yet, but it will be within the next day or two. I'll have this second part done as well. So we'll have the resources. We'll all be on the resource page. There'll be detailed instructions on how to vote that you can use. And the whole idea of doing this for you is that you then take those resources and you promote them on whatever social media or in whichever way you want. Okay. So you'll have a whole kit that will include this QR code. That's step one, right? Get people to download the app. Can't do anything until they've downloaded, right? It'll include a link to this intro video that just is like 2 minutes, shows them how to use the app. Not everybody will do that. A lot of people are, they're familiar with apps in general, so they can pretty much figure out that you scroll up and down, and then scroll side to side. And so, but you'll have that as a resource, okay? And I can give you these badges with the links. These are, so if I click on this link, it's a direct link to our app in the App Store. So in this case, it's the Google Play Store. If I click on the other link, it goes to the Apple Store, right to the app so people can download it easily. You can put this on your website. You can put this on your Facebook page. You can post it wherever you post, however you want to promote it. I'm going to give you the resources. So you'll have that. You'll have, again, you'll have this QR code, which, by the way, well, they can scan it, but I've got this set up that actually you can click it and it'll figure out that, well, it doesn't figure out anything because I'm on my computer. But if I was on my phone and I tap that QR code, it actually works and it'll take me to the correct store. It determines, it can figure out what kind of phone you have and it sends you to the right place based on the kind of phone you have. So you'll have all these resources. And at any time, any website, like I don't have this locked down, so you can go here. If you right click on this, you can save the link. You can copy the link and paste it somewhere else. You can save the QR code. So if you want to get started, you don't have to wait for me. At any time you go on here, just right click and save the image and save the link. You're good to go. Same with these badges, okay? Save the image, copy the image, whatever you want to do, save the link. Okay, you'll also have that instruction sheet. It's just going to be one sheet with 4 steps. Home screen, tap the explore button, it'll pop up. So answer now, and you select, use the ballot and vote, and then hit submit. So you'll have an instruction sheet for that. So the general idea is, what do you do with it? Like I said, you put it wherever you're promoting your stuff. You can put it on your website. You can put it on your social media. You can also, and I'll have, this will be a 4th page that will also be done by the end of this week. It'll probably be, I don't know if it'll be a web page, but it'll be a document I'll send out to you to show you how to do this. So in this app, this is a full social media platform. We haven't really talked a lot about this, but the Strive On app works a lot like Facebook. It has a journal, which is akin to, I may have showed you this journal. For now, it's called the activity journal. It's going to be changing, but this is like the old Facebook timeline was. So I can do whatever I want. I got a bunch of stuff posted in here. I think, I don't know if I showed you here, Rib Fest was here by my house back in July. It was a national barbecue competition. Different things. I love that picture. Little guy. I'm probably in my test account is why I'm not seeing things. I do hiking with my granddaughter. Here's this tech prize that I was working on. I think I mentioned a few weeks ago. This was in Racine, Wisconsin. Looks like UW Whitewater was there. Yeah, this is my test account. That's why. Here's another hike. This Ice Age Trail business we've been doing, this project. There's my granddaughter. What's she looking at? Oh, this is where we were hiking in there's a canal on one side and a pond on the other side, and the otters were going across here. They beat down this path so much. We found this when we were hiking. So anyway, you can, so this is the journal, okay? And you can post things here. So you could post that QR code here. You could post about voting. You could post your logo. You could post whatever you want about your business plan. You can post it right in here, okay? Then the idea is, see the two heads down there on the bottom right corner? Well, that's the friend, that's where your friends are. So once people have downloaded the app and created their profile, you'll be able to go in here. And if you tap the plus sign in the upper right corner, and I could type in, let's see, let's type in James. That's the wrong James. James Summers. There he is. Now, he's not friends with me right now because this is a test account. We're friends on my regular account. So if I want to send him a friend request, I tap the little plus sign on the head over here to the right. And now he will get a friend request. He approves it. Now we're connected, just like on Facebook. Okay. That means he can see my journal and I can see his journal. So this is a good way, once you get people into the app, to connect with them, to let them see your journal. They can keep track of, like, so my suggestion to you is do this early. Get started on this right away. As soon as I get the stuff out to you this week, get started on it, because you could put things in here about your progress on your plan. You could put snippets of your plan. You could put pictures of your store. You could put whatever it is you want. It's just like a journal. Okay. Any questions about the journal so far? If I want to create a new entry, by the way, just tap create a new entry. And I can type something. I can tap this microphone down here. The dictation actually works fairly well. I can take a picture, or I can use, if I have a picture, like say, have my logo on my phone, or picture of my storefront. If I already have it, I can go to my media library and just post the picture like that. Or I can use the camera to take a new picture. When I'm ready, I just hit post. And now all my friends can see it. So you can use it to build a following and build support for people voting for you. So that's in addition to all the social media and everything else. Any questions about this? Last thing I'll tell you about this is the icon in the middle here, the little square text box there. This is a direct message thing. So if I want to direct message somebody, let's say I want to message Sultan, I can just type in a message here or use the dictation, and I can send that off to Sultan. I won't do that. He'll think I'm crazy. So again, this is a way you can connect with your customers, your followers, your friends. You want to remind them of something, shoot them, you got something you want to say directly to somebody. It's just like Facebook Messenger. So that's pretty much what I'm proposing, and how you can promote yourself, your business, let people see your business plan. It's how you'll share the plan with them. This was just an example, so there's not a lot built out, but you can see in some of the other ones, there's a description, right? Let me show you something else. Now, this is one thing that we've been talking a lot about, and I'm going to urge you once again to do, is to create a video. So Tracy has done that. And there's another level, and I think I might have showed you this last week too. But in her case, we put this content package here, right? This is level 2. And when I do that, I can learn more. So there's another whole photo gallery at the top. You can put 10 different images if you want. It's a great place to put infographics, charts, data that supports the kinds of things that you're saying in your plan. You can put a video, a link to your website. You can put more text down here under description, but you can play the video and people will be able to see this. Then I didn't share the sound, did I? I keep forgetting to do that here.
For community while providing the quality of best fashions and apparel right here at Unique Boutique International. Business owners with the international flair of bringing those platforms and those beautiful items right here, downtown South Bend, international community together. We can do this together, right? So check us out at Unique Boutique 574 at no.
So you get the idea there. I kind of cut it short, but that is the absolute best way to tell your story. You know, people are not going to sit here and read a book. They'll look at charts, they'll look at infographics, they like pictures, that pictures can tell a story, sure. But there's nothing better than video. You know, it keeps people's interest. You can get the exact details across that you want in your message. It leaves less open for interpretation when it's the words of the speaker themselves, and rather than, you know, depending on somebody reading something or depending on an image to tell a story. There's just nothing better than that. One of the biggest things is, I don't care how good a writer you are, you can't get your passion through in the written word, not like you can in video. You know, and if you remember what Tom Gripe said way back one of the first weeks, right? He said at Notre Dame Federal Community Credit Union that he was looking for what? Not just how good your finances are, not, you know, what necessarily your credit history was. He said he'd rather lend to somebody who's fallen down and got back up, because he knows then that you know how to solve a problem, that you're committed to it, and you'll work through it. And that's what he's looking for, right? And that's, I bring that up because that can come out in a video. You can't demonstrate those qualities as well in a written word, or even in a picture or a graphic as you can in a video. That this video, the video is your opportunity to really get your message across the way you want it delivered, and to demonstrate the passion that you have for your business. And I got to tell you, and you know, I've worked with a lot of you already, some I haven't yet. There are any number of people that I'm just floored by the fantastic stories I'm hearing, and the passion that you have, each one of you, for what you're doing, and how you've gotten into the things to start with. And I mean, that's your story, and that's what people are looking for, not just customers, but people you're going to partner with. So I'm going to really urge you, you've got some resources available, you know, get that video done and get it in. Okay, so now along those lines too, I want to warn you about something. For those of you who have not submitted anything to me yet, they haven't even started putting things in the app, this doesn't just happen overnight. We're fast coming to a point where it's going to be, everybody's going to want to get their stuff in at the last minute, and I can only do so much. So please, I implore you, do not wait until the end, because after, I will guarantee you, up until October 21st, that if you get me your stuff before October 21st, I will make sure that it gets in the app. After that, if I start getting avalanched with stuff, all bets are off. I mean, I can't make any promises if everybody waits to the last minute, okay? And so if you want to compete and you want to get votes, you know, start feeding it to me. And like I've said this before too, doesn't have to be perfect the first time around. You're going to see some things, and you're going to want to change some things after you see it in the app. Either change it, you're going to want to add to it. There's different things you're going to want to do. So there's no reason not to start feeding me a few images. You know, a lot of them are not the right size or the right resolution and stuff. So I got some graphics work to do on them anyway. And I create separate folders for everybody, and, you know, and then I can be working on it. So even if you don't have a video ready, you can write a paragraph, you can send a couple images, and we can get started. And I'm just saying, you know, the stories are great. Go ahead and do it. Pull the trigger. With that, any questions? So just to recap, voting is going to open October 14th, and it will close at midnight on November 4th. I will guarantee that your content gets in the app if it's delivered to me before October 21st. After that, I'll do my best. I promise you that. But if everybody waits to the last minute, I can only do what I can do.
Hey, Bill,
Yes, James.
quick question out here. How long should the video be?
So the best advice I can give you on that is it should be however long it takes you to tell the story you want to tell. Now, having said that, you don't have to necessarily tell the whole story, right? You can pick out the important parts. You want to demonstrate certain things. Use that video to your advantage, right? So make sure you show the passion for your business. Tell how you got started. That's a couple sentences, right? So you can make it as short or as long as you want. It's probably going to be a really good video once you get the story down, and like you'll do it. You'll write it. You'll rewrite it. You can record it on your own phone. You can do it yourself. Especially if you just want to see how it's turning out, do it yourself and then play it back to yourself, right? What you want to avoid is a lot of people aren't going to sit and watch something for 20 minutes on a phone. I think, 2 to 4 minutes is a reasonable amount of time to give a good overview, to get your message across, to let people know how serious you are and why they should vote for you, why, that they should choose your plan, why they should select all 5 of those criteria for you. So
Bill?
the short answer is 2 to 4 minutes. Yes.
But yeah, someone also posted a question saying is the information on how to get the information to you in last week's session.
So yeah, so again, if you go to this resource page, and we can put this in the chat. I'll put it in the chat right now. Plus it's on the main rebuild page. Let's see, where's the chat? Here we go. And so, and this has a password on it too. So there's the link. Here's the password. It's Impact 2022, capital I. You go there, and there's on this page, there are several links. Strive on content form will get you there. And we've looked at this form before. Just start filling it out. Things with the red asterisks are required fields. When you fill out this page, it's 3 pages total. Here at the bottom, you can see it says 1 of 3. So when you get this filled in, just click on next page. The second page is all about, it has the text boxes where you can put the paragraphs for the different things like, let me go back here, like the, your story, your difference, right? Why you're different in the community, your business hours, your description, and any additional information you want to put. So the second page has all those text boxes. And the third page has just places where you can upload images, audio file, video file, link to YouTube. YouTube is absolutely the way to do this. So get it on YouTube. I'm sure you all probably have YouTube accounts. If you don't, you should, if you're going to be in business. And, put it on YouTube, and then you just put the link and fill it in one of these boxes on the form. Does that answer the question? Does anybody have any questions about the form? You can also, if you have questions and you want to meet with me again, one-on-one, you can schedule a time right here, schedule a time to work with us one-on-one. And that'll bring up this, it's a calendaring thing. And here are available times for this week left. I think I also have Mondays open. I think Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings I've got open. So just click on whatever time you want, enter your name and email addresses, click on book, then I get notified, and I'll be happy to work with you. Here are, I'll just show you real quick, these are the screenshots. I already showed you that, this is on the voting process. So they're on here. You can pick them off of here. Again, just by, save image, copy image, or save it. And you can use it wherever you want. Maybe you just want to use this last one. Look at that handsome young guy on there. Whew. But I'll also use these images it'll be a one pager. I'm pretty sure I can get it all on one page, just like a Word document or PDF. Maybe I'll do it in both formats, and I'll post it on here as well. And it's for your own reference. You can break it down and tweet it out or whatever you want to do with it. I'm just trying to give you as many materials as I can that I think you'll need. And if you have a request for some materials that I'm not doing or you don't see, shoot me an email, let me know. That's what I'm here for. So again, video is like the most important thing, in my opinion. Use all your social media, your friends, your neighbors, your relatives, however, total strangers, get them to repost it. I mean, you want to reach more than your friends and relatives, right? Your ultimate goal in business is to reach as many people in the community as you can. So this is it's a good exercise in marketing, and it's good to just get your name out in the community and your business name. Maybe even if you don't win the grand prize, maybe you gain customers. Nothing wrong with that, right? So video, and start feeding me content. And there are some things in the app that you can use, the friends system and the journal timeline in the app that you can use as well to post things. Was there anything else that you wanted me to cover this evening, James? I think that was about it.
No, I think that's good. I think that's very good. Again, we're going to keep on talking about the use of the app and being able to vote on getting members of the community to actually vote. And I'll come back to that in just a little bit. But Bill, thank you as always. Okay, for your presentation. And if there are additional questions that pop up, I'm going to peek real quickly in the chat. Okay, got it. Thank you. There's a link there. Kathy, I hope you don't mind. Bill, she was mad at you because you talked about video instead of reading. For somebody who owns a bookstore, that's kind of like no.
Well, that's why we have places for text in there as well too, so you can do both, right? Use what I always say to anybody creating content for this app, right? What I always say is there are 4 different media types in here. There's text, there's still images in the gallery. You can use an audio file and tell a narrative, okay? Just straight up audio. And there's video. And each one of those lends itself to telling a different part of your story, right? Text is the written word is sometimes better at relaying certain parts of your story. Video is great for displaying emotion and passion and really getting, that drive across that it takes to be an entrepreneur. You want people to understand that, right? You want them to see that you're serious, and still images, infographics are a great thing. So rather than, because of limited space, right, and limited time for people to receive your message, the use of graphics that can show, I'll use Hope for the Hungry as an example. There's some great infographics that show like how many meals were served, how many people were served at a food pantry, how many pounds of food were distributed over what period of time, and how many people volunteered, and so on and so forth. You can write all that out, nobody's going to get it, but you put it in an infographic, right, in a chart.
Yep.
It can be very powerful.
Infographics, short videos. The other thing too is just like, are people just limited to one video?
So no, we can probably, I can put links. So I'm not sharing, let me share my screen again real quick. And let's see, what do I want to do? Actually, I want to do something again. Okay. And let me bring my phone back up here. Oh, 1 second. My screen sharing program crashed. I got to restart it. Okay.
Hey, Bill,
Yes.
let's come back to this, okay? We have our speaker here, and I want to make sure that I give him an opportunity to be able to present and share with us, okay?
Well, I just okay. We can just, this will take like 10 seconds. Okay. I'll just finish
Okay,
it
do
up
this real quick.
So we can put in here links to a video, like right here, where you have email and website and so on. I can put a video link right here that'll take you right to a YouTube player. Or as I showed you here, when we open up this full package, then here they can play a video there too. So we have room for 2 videos easily here. The link is probably the link on the first page here is probably the more direct method. And that's where we'll start, but that's it.
So there are a number of ways for people to be able to tell their stories. And
Right.
the key is that we want to create this as an opportunity to share your story with the people in the community so that they vote for you, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Thanks, Bill.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen again. There we go. Got my guy here. So we're going to take this time now. Got our guest speaker here. Anthony Douglas is with is with Teachers Credit Union. One of our key sponsors, one of our key influencers, okay? And so I'm going to turn things over to AD here. Come on up and share information with you about all the great programs that they have in place that just can help you develop and grow your business. Okay, awesome. You'll be able to see yourself right there, so you'll see how you're sent.
All right, all right. Well, good evening, everyone. It is definitely my pleasure to spend this time with you. As he stated, my name is Anthony Douglas. I'm a lifelong resident of South Bend. Worked with a couple of financial institutions here, 20 plus years with Key Bank, and I actually got out of finance, went into teaching for 7 years, high school, and they ran me out of there, and I've been 7 years with Teachers Credit Union. And I can tell you, I am really enjoying and loving my adventure working with a credit union. So just a thing, I wanted to share a quote, and then also I wanted to share our vision and mission at Teachers Credit Union. The quote I want to share is, the way to get started is to quit talking and start doing. That's a quote from Walt Disney, co-founder of Disney. And I thought that was an excellent quote, because I know most of you are working in your business, and you're doing the work, and it's less rhetoric and more work. The vision. I really love what I do at Teachers. I'm through the mortgage department, but I'm a community development officer. So I definitely work as an advocate for small businesses as well as membership with Teachers Credit Union. So you could say that when I'm out in the public and I do meet business owners, one of the things I really try to do is funnel them to an institution that really, really cares about what their dreams and aspirations are. You know, our vision at Teachers Credit Union is partnering with our community to achieve their financial success one member at a time. That's the vision. And I really, I like the vision. I live the vision each and every day, working with not just small businesses, but individuals to help them focus on what their what's financial success in their eyes. The mission, and that's something that we do, is we're committed to listen, understand, and explore solutions to help you on your path to achieving financial success. Those are the commitments, and I can tell you that we live and breathe that vision and that mission throughout our institution. Teachers Credit Union is the largest credit union in the state of Indiana, with footprints throughout the whole state. So we're here and we're growing and we're focused. The one thing I really do really enjoy about working with teachers is that we have the products, we have the programs, we have the learning tools to help anyone who wants to either begin a business, start a business, financial dreams. They're there, and we have a great website that you're able to actually enter into to figure out exactly what you want to do. Can I have my phone right there? One of the things I provided James with is a link, and hopefully I know he'll be sharing that link with each and every one of you. And in that link, it talks about, as I was talking to one of our small business managers, it talks about some of the things that really startup businesses really need, and some of the tools that they want and they need to, I guess, more get a little bit more in depth in. So the link that you're going to receive, it has six parts to it, and it's actually they're very small parts with about a 5-minute introduction on each one. And just some of the topics that I'm going to share with you of the 6 is one is developing a business plan. Okay, that's one. The other is small business banking services, all the services that we offer small businesses. Okay, small business financial statements. It talks about each individual statement that you would need. For instance, you need your balance sheet, profit and loss, all those things that we have. And let's see. And then we have how businesses use credit, how businesses can obtain credit, and then financial well-being for entrepreneurs. That link will give which is on our website. You'll be able to go in there and just research that. And then if you definitely have any questions, I can tell you that we have a team of small business bankers that are just sitting and waiting by to assist you in any way that you can, because one, being a member, you are number one to us. So I'm an advocate, and I'm an advocate for your business. I want to know what is important to you, which is going to be important to me. And then that is going to be passed on to our small business department. How can we help you in your business? And that's what it's truly about. I'm sincere about that. Those who know me know that if I'm with this institution and I vouch for it, it's because I truly believe in what we do. And that's one thing I really love about teachers. It's about our commitment to our vision and our mission. So I want to tell you that congratulations. I think you're in part, right now, what you're doing is you're focusing on something that is really going to be an assistance to your business, which is important to us. So continue as a sponsor for this competition. It was something that we really wanted to do. As James met with us, and that's myself, and also the interim president of TCU. It wasn't just actually throwing money at participating in this program. The commitment was, we want to do more than just put money in. We want to know what can we do to participate and help and mentor small business owners and hopefully focus on what they need and how we can help grow their business. So I didn't have a lot to say other than you have my information. If you need to sit down with a small business banker that can actually really go over what you want, what your ideas are, what your inspirations are, we want to hear your story. We want to hear everything about your business and what your aspirations are so we can help you attain that dream and help and see what we could do to move forward on that. So I want to thank you. I'm not going to take up a lot of your time. I will stay on that, answer some questions, but that's what it is. TCU is a great place. And I can make the comparison from being at a bank for 20-some years and being in the credit union for now over a little bit over 6 years. What a vast difference. And I can tell you that I'm glad to work in an institution that really lives their vision and their mission. So thank you for your time. Right.
Well, first of all, thank you for being here. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And supporting us just from the jump street. I mean, just in everything in the community. But a couple of different questions. Well, first of all, I just want to say that we having an advocate like yourself in the community is a really big deal from the standpoint of trying to make sure that the small businesses that usually don't get the attention,
Yes.
get the attention. I know you're there to stand behind folks. Are there any specific questions from anybody out there that that you want to put out? I know that I know there are a couple of them, and if you don't say them, I'm gonna say them out loud. A little bit of a pause. You let people get off of mute. I'm just going to straight up and ask: do you support businesses in the solar industry?
Yes. Yes. And I know that question was posed at one time, and I called one of the managers in the small business department, and they said yes, we do. We actually, and they look at it as if it's just a regular business loan. So yeah, there are no restrictions when you're looking at the solar industry.
And what about being able to get, work on a plan to be able to get a line of credit? How does that work? Or who would we talk to?
Okay. They would contact me, okay, and I would learn a little bit more about their business, but I would set you up with a business banker. And that business banker will actually walk you through the process. Mm-hmm. Okay. Even if it has to be any hand holding, the focus is they want you to achieve that. So they're going to walk you through the process. They're going to tell you exactly what they need and walk you through everything that needs to happen. And another thing with this small business, some of our branch managers are at this point, they're empowered to make small business loans. So they can make a small business loan up to $100,000. Okay. Yeah. So that's within the branch system. Anything actually over that, then you go into the business banking department. Then you work with a team of bankers there.
So in an individual branch, the branch manager can work with you and get in order to be able to get a loan up to $100,000.
Yes.
That's a huge amount.
Yes.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Chandra.
Hi.
My video is off. First of all, thank you for donating your time to, spending it with us, helping us figure out how to get ourselves to the next level. My question is, I have a small business, and I probably did things in the order that was not the most logical financially, put the cart before the horse, and I'm starting to generate a little revenue, but not a ton. And I would like to know, at what point does a small business that does not generate a lot of revenue, when do we when are we able to step to a financial institution and start discussing a plan with when the numbers are low? Like, what's that lowest, that minimum of like, don't even come in this bank because we can't do anything for you. What is that number? Because I want to start talking to somebody about financial, information planning, loans, financing, whatever. But I don't want to go in someplace and be laughed at because they're like, "That's all you made this year." What is that? What is that bottom line?
Okay, all right. Well, first of all, I would tell you that you said you are starting to even make a profit. The thing is,
Yes.
you really need to sit down with one of our business bankers and share with them what you have achieved, because you started probably out without making any profit. Okay.
Yeah.
And as your business has started to grow, you see more. So a business banker would basically talk to you more about your business and see what opportunities you have, see what you've done, see where you've come from, and then also find out, okay, well, how can we get you to this next step? So I would say this, that our team of business bankers and managers in our branches, that you would never receive that reaction. Okay.
Oh, good.
It's truly about you and sharing what your aspirations are, and then moving forward from that. Now, if you've received that from anyone on our team, let me know, because as an advocate, I'll make sure I team you up with the right person that's going to help you progress in your business. Okay, you're starting from somewhere, and you want to reach another. You have something you want to obtain. So I would tell you that no, we want to see where you want to go and check out where you are, and give you ideas and some type of guidance to make sure you get to where you want to go.
So guidance is free.
Yes, it is.
So if I haven't had anyone, I haven't talked to anyone, so I haven't had anyone shoot me down. But so if I called you tomorrow or I emailed you tomorrow,
Yes,
we could have a legitimate conversation about where I'm at, but more importantly, where I want to be
exactly,
and how I can get there. Okay.
exactly. That would definitely be the process. I want to know more about your business, because I mean, this is your passion, and just as well as you guys were talking earlier and having this service where they'll be able to pick up your business, and you have a short few minutes of explaining what your business is. Well, I want to sit back and I want to know your business. What do you do? What your aspirations are? And then after that, I'm going to sit you down with the right person that I feel that will be able to lead you further in your aspirations. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Also, I'm not a teacher. I'm not sure how this credit union works and membership works. What criteria do you need to kind of reach to be someone that's a part of the teachers credit union? Is that something that I live in Niles, Michigan, so I'm just across the state line. Is that an organization or institution that I can be a part of?
Yes, actually, we have a branch in Niles, right off of, I call it 31, but 933.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
where it is.
Yeah, we have an office right there. No, you do not have to be a teacher. And just to give you a little history, Teachers Credit Union was founded by 8 educators, based on the same purpose of what our mission is, to help those teachers through those times where they were not working. It was off the summer, so it was a way of actually really helping them with banking services and lending services. Now it's evolved to, I mean, almost every county in the state of Indiana. So you do not have to be a teacher to be a part of the credit union. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Mhm. Is there any other questions? Yes.
I have appointment and say I have like a number of QuickBooks
I could bring that information on property loss, 3 of my bank statement.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm banking with another bank at that time.
Right.
Some type of 12 of a story of the business, right?
Yes.
That would like save time.
Yes. That would save time, but understand that it's about building a relationship. So that's going to be the beginning of the relationship by you sharing your dream, what you've dreamed of having. So we want to feel that passion and realize where you want to go. So how can we get you to that point? So when I introduce you to that business banker is going to have all those same questions. Tell me, what are your aspirations? What are your dreams? What made you start this business? And then they're looking at how successful you've been in it, okay? And what can we do to help you? The question is one thing I really love about the company I work with is it's really truly about you. It's not what I can sell you, okay? I'm not into selling you anything. I'm into how can I make your financial world better? So you're gonna come to me and say, hey, Mr. Douglas, I need $50,000 in a line of credit. Okay, well, let's see how we can do that, or what we need to do to make sure we can get that for you. And then we're gonna walk you through that process. That's what's important to me, is that you come and you ask, you tell us what you need. We gotta find a solution. Just like I said in that mission, committed to listen, understand, and explore solutions to help you on your path to achieving financial success. That's truly what we live by. You tell us what you want, and let's see what we can do to get you there. And if we can't get you there immediately, we're gonna walk you through the process and help you get there.
Any more questions out there in the chat? Nate, Bill, you see anything?
No,
All right.
no.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for having me.
You're gonna be getting a bunch of emails and calls.
Okay, I look forward to it. I look forward to it.
We'll make sure that link that you provided is out there for everybody. All right. Thank you, my brother.
Hey, James.
Yep, Bill, go ahead.
I'm sorry, there might be a couple of questions in the chat. I'm not sure because I was working on the other stuff. So can you see the chat?
Okay, I'm peeking in there right now. Where do you recommend going to make sure you have all of your paperwork in order to speak with someone? Is there a particular place?
No.
No?
Actually, you can meet first. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. You can call me. We can set up an appointment. I can look at your documents and also contact either one of our branches based on what you're trying to achieve. Set you up with someone there. Or if I need to pull in a business banker, I'll pull them in and they'll be able to meet with you and go more in depth on what you need.
Yeah, Jim,
Do you have like a checklist or something that people can use so I can make sure I have everything I need?
I would tell you all your financial papers, your tax filings for the last 2-3 years. It's probably the best way to start.
Yeah, James, I thought Mr. Douglas answered some of these questions as he spoke in the chat. That's why I didn't say anything.
You're fine, Nate.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, AJ. All right. Again, AD, thank you.
You're welcome.
One of the key things, though, keep on thinking about this. If you can tell your story, if you know, one, what's the problem that you're solving, the things that we've been talking about over the last several weeks. take that information to AD, to Mr. Douglas, right? And that'll be a great start in terms of him being able to clearly understand what your vision is, what your dream is, where you're trying to go, where you are right now, what has happened, what you've learned. And now with that information together, you can turn around and start a really great financial banking relationship. That's what we want to do.
Hey, James.
Yep.
Someone, I think Kathy said, is asking if you don't have 2 years worth of financials, I believe. Where do you go?
He said that's okay.
That's all right.
Bring what you got.
Bring which come as you are.
Yeah. If I could,
yep. Keep on.
All right. I truly want everyone to understand that, and you may not have those documents, you may not have all that information, but you're going to be working with an institution that has an appetite of working with small businesses. I mean, there's a commitment from the top going down that we are really interested in working with businesses in our community. So just give us an opportunity to see what we could do. And then also understand that you're going to have someone that's going to be committed to you to help you and walk you through the process. So that's what it's about. It's a commitment to you. And that was the mandate I received. And I was happy to see that mandate, that we want to work with small businesses. So what can we do?
All right. Doesn't get any better than that. Thank you, my friend.
All right. Well,
all right. So once again, this is all about us trying to be able to create connections. Notice what I said, influencer guest speaker, okay? AD's on the influencer list. He's one of those people who just opened up, basically said, call me, okay? So now he just offered again. I suggest you call him. Okay. So we did the strive on. Gonna come back here one more time. One of the things that we talked about is how are we going to leverage this app in order to be able to get people to vote for you? 30% of winning the competition is people voting for you through the app. Corey, did I see that you just joined us?
Yes.
Okay. Corey has a company called, what is it? Faith Hustle Media, and is helping us with how we're getting the word out into the community and how we're going to go forward. Corey, I just want to give you a few minutes to be able to share with folks your thoughts in terms of, one, getting the story out there, what you're going to be doing, and have that conversation. Are you good with that?
Yes, I'm good with that.
The floor is yours. Go ahead, my friend.
Okay, so in terms of promoting the business plan competition and the Strive On app, we're running Facebook advertisements. And I've created all of the videos pretty much in batches. When we sit down and do them, we do them in 10 or 15. Me and Marcy actually going to get together again this week on Thursday and create another batch of videos to get people involved within the competition, and to also get people to download the app so that they can vote for all the people that's participating within the business plan competition. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. That's really about it. And if you all need any help with getting your assets together, if you want video or anything like that, I'm here to help you all. I'm a resource, and I definitely want to see everybody succeed. So I'm just here to help and get this thing off the ground. Like James pretty much said, you know, we're going to be doing this a couple more years. So this first go around is really just, a learning experience for everybody. but definitely it's just going to get bigger and bigger.
So one of the things that we keep on talking about, a video being a short video being a great way for the people in the community to understand what your business is and your story. Just keep on talking about telling your story, okay? I think that's one of the most important things. Definitely be willing to share a video with Bill, a short video, to get it out there so that when people have the app available, they hear you telling a short bit about what your business is. Remember, the people in the community, your neighbors, your friends, the folks that are in the community itself, they're not going to be reading the business plan. They're going to be hearing you say, here's my passion, here's my business, here's what I want to do. They want to see a video you walking through your store showing all the wonderful products that you got. They want to see a video of you talking about the change that you're going to make into the community because of the business that you have. So remember to do that, get that going, and then we can get the rest of the content out there. But I want you to just be able to get planning, because voting begins a week from today. Now, please remember, even if you are not submitting a plan for the competition, promoting your business through the app is free. So take advantage of it. Remember that the real goal is creating a culture of collaboration. So look at the list of influencers and contact some people. They already said that they would take your call and call you back, right? They already said that they would take some time to talk to you and answer a couple of questions. Do it. I keep talking about the influencers. Before I go there, the business plan prizes are just the hook. They're an expensive hook, a really expensive hook, okay? But they're a valuable hook. So keep on building on them. I keep talking about the influencers. Remember Antonius Northern? He came and he spoke about the new grant and loan program that in counseling services that they were going to provide. I was asked to join the advisory board, and I've designed the process that's going to be used to select the awardees. And I know some of you applied for the program, trying to reach out to you. I have the list. I want to help you qualify. If you need my help, if you want my help, contact me. Okay, just want to make sure that I got that out there. Okay. Are there any questions at this particular point that we might be able to answer for you? Any questions that are just hanging out there that we have not addressed at this particular point? I'm going to take that silence as no. I'm going to give you another reminder. November 8th is when we're going to announce the winners. Let's have a party. Let's turn around and meet at 6 o'clock over at the Charles Martin Center right across the street from the center here. Save the date, put it on your calendar, plan to be there with us. Let's have a good time meeting the people that we've worked with virtually, shaking hands with the influencers that we've connected with, starting to build additional relationships, and pulling all of this together so that we can be thinking in terms of how we're going to go forward with this. Question was, what time? 6 o'clock, from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, just like we do now, okay? It is election day. I hope you will have all voted by that time. I hope, okay? So any other questions, any comments, thoughts, things that we need to deal with? Okay, because as many of you have told me, I need a nap. I don't mind us ending a little bit early. Contact me if there's anything that you need help with, any questions or thoughts that you come up with after this, okay? Just want to thank you all very much. First year out of the box for this competition. It's going really, really well. A lot of people are engaged and involved. Bill, I can't thank you enough because I know you've been working like crazy in order to be able to put things into the app itself. I appreciate y'all. God bless. Have a great evening. And this is we won't be meeting again next week. So the next thing is you're turning around, working on your content, getting it to Bill, putting your business plan together, sending a draft to us if you want us to review it. Definitely working with your individual mentors and coaches, and making sure that if you're going to be in the competition, that your plan is submitted by November 1st.
Hey, James, I know that you probably have already said this, but when you say send us a draft for review, could you review that? What do you really mean by send us a draft for review? To you directly?
Well, yeah, I mean, a number of people have their business plans that they had already created, and they sent it in and said, you know, give me some insight. What do you think? Okay. And on a couple of them, it was like some of the response basically was, it's like, this is really great. This is a really good looking plan, except for the fact that you keep on talking about the fact that in 2001, we're going to go do this thing. Well, so my recommendation fundamentally was, it's like, so tell me what happened in 2001. Tell me what's happening in 2002. Update the information so that you can tell us what actually occurred. That was a recommendation. That's a very specific recommendation that I had on 3 different plans that I've looked at. I've had another couple of people who have turned around and said, the topics that I have, the ones that we had that I had shared that were the main topics from SCORE, they turned around and they had different categories in which their plan was structured. They asked if they had to change them, and the answer was no. Do not have to change them. The whole idea is, does this information get covered? And then the other piece, another piece was, and I'll be sharing this with everybody, I had walked through how we're going to score the individual plans and what we thought or what we wanted you to be paying attention to in terms of those sorts of things. One example off the top of my head was is the business sustainable? And then the example I had given was that the business is a nonprofit, and the business model is 100% dependent on donations. So the question was, it's like, and when the economy goes into a downturn, which it will, we're about to go into, how will your business be able to grow or be sustained when the donations fall off? What's the model? How are you going to be able to do that? And being able to explain that in a realistic way is the way that that particular business would be able to describe what they consider to be believable sustainability. So,
well, and I may already have asked my own question, is going back much earlier in the evening. I wanted to make sure that that one graphic that gives the percentages and whatnot. So really, I think what you're saying is be sure that that which is in your business plan addresses each of these like 8 things that are percentages, right? And
that's
so
exactly right.
if I ask you to look at a business plan or someone else, they know that same metric, and they're going to say, to your point, the sustainability piece doesn't seem to be answered here. And let me give you some advice or some insight into, if I were to read this, I don't think that you've told me how in fact it's sustainable. So
That's
whoever
exactly
will be
the input.
measured against that criteria, that would be huge. I mean, that standardizes it, everything.
That's it. That's it. And the other part of it too is when you step back and it's like, does this have impact on the community? I don't think that's exactly the way it's phrased.
Right.
Is it solving a problem in the community? That becomes that whole conversation that we had on social return on investment.
Yeah.
You just want to be able to make sure that you're mentioning in there clearly that this is how this positively impacts the community. This is how this positively impacts the neighborhood. And I may have a retail store. I have a product that I'm selling. How do I impact the community? Well, I'm hiring people from the community to work in the business. I mean, there are ways to be able to think in terms of, did I do my part in terms of helping you understand that I am actually paying attention to this critical piece, therefore I will get that 15% consideration on my plan. That's how you can make sure that you're putting your best foot forward and giving yourself the best opportunity from the judging of your plan. I hope that's
Yeah, I think
answering
this
the
is
question.
really good clarification. I appreciate it. Thanks, James.
Very welcome. Any other questions out there right now? So maybe you can bring that first slide again with the voting. Okay, maybe I can do that. I'm going to see if I can stop sharing here. This might get really ugly. With the percentages?
Yes, I'll validate that.
Okay. So this is that whole thing in terms of the judging that we're going to do. Plan topics are thorough and believable. Standard stuff in a business plan. Is the plan sustainable? Is it a sustainable business model? Will I last a few years, right? Does the plan reflect the customer discovery? Can you turn around and say that here's what the research told us. Here's what we believed was going to be true in terms of what really mattered. And here's what we learned when we actually talked to people who are human beings and potential customers or existing customers. This isn't rocket science. It's all the stuff that we had talked about. And it's also explaining that you don't have just a simple boilerplate business plan that was copied off of somebody else. And the only thing that was changed was the names to protect the innocent. Business hires people from the community do we turn around and have a plan to be able to hire some people? No, I'm a one-man band. I'm doing everything by myself right now. But as I start to grow, I'm going to hire a local contractor. I won't be in a position where I can actually pay a salary and pay benefits yet, but this is what I'm going to do. That's good. And then as my business grows, this is when I think I'll actually be able to bring people from the community onto staff. That's telling that story. Does the business solve a community problem? Yes. Our community is a food desert, and I'm entering a grocery store that sells affordable food at a reasonable price that's healthy and nutritious, so that everybody isn't dying from eating at McDonald's. I mean, you see what I'm saying, right? So these are the things and the ways that you can tell your stories in order to be able to communicate all of that stuff. And this is all in basically in the recordings of the previous meetings. So I strongly recommend you check them out and listen to me ramble on and on and on and on about these individual topics. Okay. Any other questions, challenges? Okay. Announcement again. My last slide. Hey, thanks everybody. God bless you. Have a great evening. I'm going to go get some dinner and then take a nap.
Thanks.
All right.
God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you.